Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Machedo speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who is Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, today I thought I'd share something, heart to heart. I thought I'd share something very genuine, very personal. Okay, very personal that I guess many of us go through, but not many of us talk about. Okay, and it is with regards to not just confidence. I'm talking about not only self-belief. It's not only self-belief. It's not only confidence. It's not only being sure about yourself. It's about moments in your life where you tend to have doubts. When things are not going the way you want them to go, and there will be questions. I'll give an example. Okay, I'll give an example. Now, when you have a job, let's say you're an employee, you have a job, you're getting a salary per month, things are going pretty well. Every month you get money coming to your bank. You have a wife or a girlfriend, you have a house which you have taken on rent, you have a car, you have friends. So life is pretty okay, and you don't have any issue. But then just imagine, like for instance, this COVID, this pandemic, this came along and so many companies shut down and so many jobs were, just people were made redundant. And then what happened is, it's more like people who never thought they would lose their job ended up losing their job. People who never in their wildest dreams imagined that they would be in the unemployment line ended up there. Then there were many people who had made so many plans about, oh, I'm going to pay this loan, then I'm going to go for my retirement, and life is going to be this way or that way. All of a sudden, things just, went up and down. And what was worse was people who were employed for so many years, they lost their job, and now all of a sudden there are no jobs to apply. People who, there were so many jobs in the market before. Like I know this one guy, he was telling me that, I was getting job offers every week and every month from LinkedIn, and people wanted to network with me and associate with me. And all of a sudden the world just, became silent. It just became a very different place. Now, what happens is when all these years you have this incredible confidence that, oh, I can do anything. I'm the captain of my own soul. I'm the master of my own fate. I, believe and achieve. I can achieve anything. And if you put your heart, your soul into it, and all of a sudden you start questioning yourself like, can I really take charge of life? Am I really the captain of my soul? Am I really the person who can change his destiny? And I'll tell you, that is where doubts start creeping in. And then when you have 1 week, no response, no job, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and it goes for, almost a year and a half, 2 years. It's not a joke, I'll tell you that much. I literally saw my stepfather, who had a job, who, even though he was just a clerk, even though he was just he didn't have a degree from college, and he had this job as a clerk, but he was getting paid. Those days, he was getting a British salary in UAE, and that he was obviously changing into rupees in the 80s in Dubai, in UAE. So he was highly overconfident. He thought, he was employable. He thought no end of himself. But then when cheap labor, when UAE just opened up and started bringing in Indians from South India, and for 1/4 the salary, it went up to even 1/5 the salary. All of a sudden he was without a job. And I think he lost his job in his 40s, late 40s. And for the next 15 years of his life, he never got any job. He was never employed. It was my mother who was constantly running a business. And I saw that man who was cocky, arrogant, who had this invincible aura about him, all of a sudden get destroyed. So over the period of time, I have, I've been through this roller coaster of earning big money, then getting overconfident, losing everything, making a mistake, and up, down, up, down, up, down. Today, however, at the age of 45, it's going to be 45 next year. I think I've seen days where there was no customer, there was no money. And sometimes you really question yourself, like, shit, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right career path? Will I be able to sustain? Will I be able to survive? Will I be able to make money? What if I lose my job? What if the market changes? What if the trend is no longer there? There are so many things, man. And it is during these days, these moments, that you really question yourself. It's very easy for me to say, like, believe in yourself and have confidence and never give up. But then what? Here's the question. What if you believe in yourself? What if you really, truly, you have this character that doesn't want to give up, but then there is no demand for your skill. Nobody wants to employ you. Or the market, like this COVID pandemic, this is there. What do you do, man? So the reason I wanted to share this with you is to tell you that I think, it's very easy to get carried away with all these inspirational stories that never give up, believe in yourself, you can achieve the impossible. And we hear about billionaires and millionaires and great legends of our times. And we think, oh, if he could do it, I could do it. Oh, this boxer, Tyson Fury, oh, he did it. Oh, Usain Bolt, he did it. Jeff Bezos, what he was and what he became. Elon Musk, you can keep hearing all these stories. But end of the day, you're not them. They're not you. So what do you do? That is a big question. I wish I had an answer. A solution that, yes, believe in yourself, never give up. I wish I could tell you something so positive. Like, people, when they hold the Oscar, when they receive an award, they tell you, never give up on your dreams, never let anyone tell you what you should do, shouldn't do. But then again, life is, we only hear stories of people who are in the media, who are successful, who have a big following. We don't hear about people who are not popular. We don't hear about people who are ordinary. We don't hear about people whose life is pretty vanilla, boring, So all I can tell you is, I do not have a definitive, conclusive statement to tell you that, you can achieve anything, believe in yourself, pray to God or whatever. But I can only conclude by saying this, that end of the day, you're responsible for your own shit. Nobody is going to give a fuck about you. You can cry, you can sob, you can pray to God, you can do this, you can do that. If you don't have money, if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a job, if you don't have money, if you don't have power, nobody will give a fuck about you, man. So that is where, whether good, bad, ugly, whether right or wrong, whatever the case is, do whatever it takes to succeed and survive. Do whatever it takes. For me, out of all the experiences I've had, I just know one thing, that end of the day, nobody is there. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You just do what you have to do to survive, to sustain, to thrive, and fuck all the rest, man. because everyone can give you advice, everyone can lecture you, everyone can tell you, do this, do that, pray to God, you should have done this, should have done that. End of the day, it's your life. So, hook or by crook, you achieve what you have to achieve, do what you have to do, and succeed and survive. Because end of the day, one day, you and I are going to die. And once that happens, it's game over. Then you don't have to worry, basically. But until then, you better figure out your shit. This is all I wanted to say, man. I know it's nothing, there is no words of wisdom or there's nothing, wow, amazing that I'm sharing. I'm just sharing with you heart to heart, something that I really wanted to tell you. Because remember this much, just like you, I'm also a human being. I go through ups and downs. I go through doubts. I go through periods which are very tough. And then you really have to look within yourself and be strong. And until now, I could tell you that, I don't know, whether lucky or whatever, but life has worked out for me. And I hope it goes the same way. So I just hope the same way for you, and let's hope for, like they say, everyone lives happily ever after. Okay? Put your comments and thoughts in the section down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.